Hi everyone, welcome to the Thinking Crypto channel. I hope you're doing well. On this channel, we cover the crypto news and we interview many of the folks who are building and investing in the crypto asset class. We've interviewed folks like CZ, Binance's CEO, the Winklevoss twins, Dan Moorhead of Pantera Capital, Brendan Eich, founder of Basic Attention Token and the Brave Browser, and many more. So please hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Guys, an interesting tweet from one of the Winklevoss twins, Cameron Winklevoss to be specific, and I thought it's important to share it with you guys because perspective is so important when it comes to investing, right? You have to be patient, you have to understand market cycles. And he tweeted the following today on September 17th. On this day in 2013, Tyler Winklevoss and I presented the long case for Bitcoin at the Value Investing Congress in New York City. The price of Bitcoin was $132. Can you believe that, guys? I wish I got in at that price point. But look at that. They bought Bitcoin when it was in its $100 range, right? And in my interview, they stated that. And look how patient they've been. They've been holding Bitcoin for so long, 7 years now. They've even built their own exchange, and they're still bullish on Bitcoin. They know the higher prices are coming. And this shows that you have to be patient. You have to understand the market cycles, and you will never see a Bitcoin at $100 or even less than $1,000 anymore, right? Right now, the current prices that we see relatively in the next parabolic run-up will be the new lows. The 10,000 will be the new low when we're expecting between an $80,000 to $100,000 price point, guys. So keep that in mind. He also stated same conference where they presented is where David Einhorn presented a short case for Lehman in 2007. So Lehman Brothers, which of course went out of business. Lehman filed for bankruptcy less than a year later. And of course, Bitcoin was created to be a hedge against the toxic capitalism, the crony capitalism that was happening with these big banks who were doing what they wanted and then, of course, got bailed out by the taxpayers, our money, right? And, of course, that's not how it should work. Now, we didn't want, I know for the most part, most people are like, let the banks fail, but we couldn't necessarily do that because they were, the root of the problem would not have been addressed. And it would have caused more problems than bailing them out, because you would have seen money markets dry up, ATMs dry up, and probably anarchy in the streets, guys. But not to go down that rabbit hole, but the problem should have been addressed earlier, right? Where part of it is these banks can, pay politicians to make the rules and regulations in their favor, which is not how it should be. So Bitcoin was born as a hedge against that. Crypto is the new asset class. And just remember, there are people who got into Bitcoin at the $100 range and are patiently waiting for higher prices. So if you got in just a year ago or 6 months, you got to exercise some patience here. And we are seeing record-breaking demand from institutional investors. You got your hedge funds, your investment firms, Wall Streeters, retirement funds, pensions, endowments, and now even companies. We've been talking about Michael Saylor, who's the founder, chairman, and CEO at MicroStrategy, a publicly traded company. They have nothing to do with crypto. They don't invest, they're not a hedge fund, but they see the writing on the wall with the money printing and inflation and decided they're going to put their cash reserves into Bitcoin. And that's a smart move on their part. So Michael Saylor, the CEO, gave further clarity on their acquisitions. Altogether, they bought over 38,000 Bitcoin at around $425 million. Well, he said initially when they made their first purchase of 21,454 Bitcoin via 78,388 off-chain transactions, then secured it in cold storage with 18 on-chain transactions, Bitcoin scales just fine as a store of value. And he made sure he clarified that he's talking about the first transaction, which took place on August 11th, or that's when they disclosed it. He said, if Bitcoin is treated as a treasury reserve asset, based on our model, 99.98% of all transactions will be off-chain, and the assets at risk will be in cold storage 99.92% of the time. So that's the great thing. They pretty much bought it OTC, and I've been talking about that for years. The big money, these guys go directly to miners or exchanges, do the under-the-table deal, right? hey, give me 1,000 Bitcoin. Okay, give me a bulk price for that, a wholesale price. You pay them the money. That's not recorded on the open market. If they had recorded or bought on the open market the amount of Bitcoins they bought, you'd have seen the price skyrocket immediately, because that's a lot of Bitcoin, guys. But a lot of these big players go OTC, and because they don't want it on the public. And a lot of the players that do buy OTC, they're going to be selling. It's like their Fidelities. It's like, you know, the Charles Schwabs and so forth. They're going to be selling it back to consumers. So they buy to get the bulk rate. They're going to mark it up with their fees, blah, blah, blah. You guys know how it works. And once the FOMO kicks in mass marketing, they're going to be selling it, you know, to the masses, guys. That's what's coming. This is how it's all going to work. The white glove service for a lot of these institutional players. So a really great insight here. Now, moving ahead, a Brazilian food service has added Bitcoin as a payment option, and it's going to give it, it's going to present it as a discounted payment option. Now, think about that, guys. Why would they do that? And once again, they're a Brazilian company, because they know the upside for Bitcoin is higher than the fiat currency they're collecting. So if you give a discount to people to pay you in Bitcoin, they know in the next month that money could double, right? Or even next year, even if it goes up by 10%, you're still in the green, right? You have a currency, so to speak, that is increasing in value. And we know about the hard cap and the demand growing from institutional investors. So great adoption news here for Bitcoin. Moving ahead, VeChain. I have VeChain in my portfolio. Very bullish on it. I believe it. If you know, there's certain projects that I'm like almost certain is just going to do so well because they're so ingrained in what they're doing and they're getting so much partnership. And VeChain is one of them, guys. They're working with so many companies, BMW, and I mean, they're disrupting a massive industry, the supply chain manufacturing industry. So they announced today, we're proud to announce that VeChain has joined the China Animal and Food Safety Alliance, known as CAFA or CAFA. At CAFA, we will be the sole public blockchain tech provider in the alliance. That's the sole public blockchain tech provider in the alliance. That's bullish. Providing the technical and infrastructural support for more than 130 council members. Now, when you look at this list, I see McDonald's on it. I see Walmart. I see IBM. I see Starbucks. Holy crap. Guys, this is real world adoption. This is why VeChain's in my portfolio, and I'm bullish as hell on it. You know, as far as real companies that have these digital assets, Ripple with XRP and VeChain, you know, those two are really, really solid. Not saying like I don't believe in Bitcoin. Obviously, I have Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's not a company, right? But these are companies that you know, are going to really be able to scale what they're doing and work with people and build partnerships and all of that, right? Bitcoin is more decentralized, but, you know, both can do well. And that's what a lot of people who are maximalists don't understand. So this is great news for VeChain. And, you know, as I always say, I am buying the dips in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, VeChain. Certainly part of my dip buying. So not financial investment advice. Do your own research, of course. Flare announced that Cred is going to be issuing Spark tokens. So it looks like exchanges are getting on board. So this is the XRP utility fork. And, you know, the snapshot's going to be taken in December. So great to see exchanges getting on board. So we got BitTrue, we got Uphold, we got Cred, and there's some others as well. I'm waiting for Binance and Coinbase to do it. And why not get some free tokens here? And, you know, let's see what the value is going to be over time. So that's exciting news. Finally, and crypto's global, so we're seeing movements across the globe of partnerships, acquisitions, mergers, expansion, which is great. So INX Exchange taps Israeli crypto startup GK8 for crypto custody. The SEC-approved IPO holder prefers to store crypto 100% offline. I don't blame them. So INX, a cryptocurrency firm holding the first ever token initial public offering approved by the SEC, has chosen a digital asset custody provider. And like I said, it's GK8. INX tweeted that the platform will use GK8's end-to-end platform for managing and safeguarding digital assets. The platform includes GK8's patented air-gapped vault that can create, sign, and send blockchain transactions while staying 100% offline. Wow, that's pretty cool. Based in Gibraltar, INX is planning to raise $117 million from its ongoing security token IPO, targeting both retail and institutional investors. So, guys, things are moving ahead. All the puzzle pieces coming together. As I stated, patience. We gotta zoom out on the chart, and you'll see where we came from and where we're headed. Guys, what do you think about this news? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the subscribe button, share the video. I will talk to you all later.